Go.
Uh, Today's episode's brought to you by us, me and Nixxiom,
That's
where you
me.
can buy our merchandise at crenslot.com and Nixxiom's store, which is linked below.
That's right. People are going to get really sick of that eventually. We're going to have to find like an
Yeah.
actual sponsor.
Yeah, I know
So
we are.
if anybody would like to sponsor us, that means you. Yeah, you listening right now. You know what
Yeah.
you got to do. That's right.
Sponsor us.
Sponsor us. We will promote your thing, whatever it might be. I'm literally doing a sponsorship right now for ball shaving products.
It's true. He actually is.
I actually am. I
I
literally
wish I
just
would have gotten that sponsorship.
it was a good sponsorship. It honestly, it is the all right. So I have never ever on my YouTube channel done like one of those. You know what I'm talking about, guys? Like one of those things where like the video stops and it's like, oh, now a word for our sponsor, and it's like 30 seconds to a minute of some old bullshit. I've never done that before, but then just an opportunity came that was too good to pass up. It was
Yeah.
like literally a ball shaving company came to me and they're like, hey, Nixxiom, like we see you have balls. We too have balls. And like you, we like to shave our balls. So promote our ball shaving products. And I'm like, ah, yes, this is perfect. This is the sponsorship that I've been waiting for. so, I make a big joke out of it in the video. So, but I mean, it's a serious sponsorship. But it's great. I love it.
Yeah.
So,
Um,
yeah.
so, what are we talking about today?
Well, I'm a little bit sick, guys. I'm gonna be honest. I don't got the corona. I just got like a little bit of a cold because I was sitting out in the garage and it was a bit cold this morning, and I've felt a little
Hmm.
sniffly ever since then. But
Yeah.
I was telling Friend before we started recording that something me and my friends have been doing over the past week is we've been playing a good amount of D&D, which is something I haven't played in a while. So I
How
figured
uh
we could talk
how
about that.
long has it been since you played it?
Well, fun fact, I've never actually so I've never actually played D&D before. I've played
Mm.
in the past a lot of Star Wars tabletop D&D. Just D&D but it's Star Wars instead.
Hmm.
And that's a lot of fun, but our DM, the guy that I used to play with, his name was Nathan. He didn't move away. He just kind of, man, I don't even remember what Nathan does. He goes around and he like just does experiments and like develops technologies for like various companies and whatnot. Gets paid a shit ton of money and just travels across the USA like fucking hookers and doing cocaine. I'm not even kidding. That's what he does. Fun fact: he's the guy that actually like invented the waterproof like screen shit and the waterproof shit in your phone. So if you drop it in the toilet, it doesn't like short circuit it. So he was one of the
What?
guys like responsible for that. So the dude's fucking loaded, but he's lonely as shit. So he just bangs prostitutes and does a shit ton of cocaine. I love Nathan. He's our Star Wars DM.
Oh. What
I
a guy.
love him. He's a great DM. But we used to play all the time whenever he was in North Carolina, but we haven't seen him in a while. But apparently, according to my friend Jonathan, who me and him used to play with Nathan all the time, along with a few other people, he's actually moving back to North Carolina, and he's going to be here for quite some time. So, funnily enough, right when we started playing D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, Jonathan hit me up and was like, dude, Nathan's coming back. We got to play some Star Wars D&D. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah. So, it's been a few years.
Huh.
But, yeah. Have you ever played D&D?
I have played D&D many a times. So I started with D&D for a role play show
Okay.
run by It Me JP, and it was Saga of the Icelanders,
All right.
which was, let me just pull it up. How long ago was this? 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was role play with me, Jesse, Maggie, and Shannon, who you wouldn't know, but they're two girls, and
Girls.
we had a DM. Girls. And me and
Okay.
Jesse played women characters. They played men.
Ew.
And, well, he played like a Brienne of Tarth type of character.
Ew.
I played an old fortune teller woman,
Ew.
and they were
Okay.
like a king, and then I
Right.
forgot the other one, but it was like we were in realistic Iceland when it was first discovered.
Okay.
There's like a bit of a historic element to it. And
Uh,
my thing was I couldn't actually see into the future, or at least people didn't think I could. Even I didn't know if I could. It's one of those things where I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can. But if I couldn't, I would be like, oh yeah, I can see into the future. And I'd tell people stuff and they'd have to believe it usually. So I'd roll to see how believable my things were and stuff like that. So I had some pretty good fun with that.
hmm.
Um, and then the other thing I did was I have my Daikia, which is
Okay.
a obviously thing invented by me, where it's like a post-apocalyptic IKEA with every room and the IKEA being like filled with traps and monsters and shit.
Okay.
So there's Daikia 1 and 2. There was a sequel, DM'd by me.
Yeah.
My system was very easy. Whenever I wanted things to happen, I'd be like, roll for it. And they would just roll. I'd pick like a random D20 or D6 or D10, depending on the situation. I'd be like, it's like a D10 roll. Give me a D10. Very casual, lenient DM. But still, I'm all about the fun. So I'd be like, I had a list of mutations even. So they'd like drink water. And I'd be like, well, let's see what you get. You get look up mutation. You can clone yourself for 10 minutes and stuff like that. So that
Neat.
made it really fun. Um, and then currently I'm in a D&D campaign, which is like an off stream thing with a bunch of people from our Discord, where I'm a
Hmm.
goblin rogue named Stickgrot, and I stab things and I run around and I hate talking to people.
Nice.
Yeah, so I have a decent amount of D&D experience.
Yeah, it's been a few years, but I was telling Crendor before we actually started recording that one of like the big things that I wanted to do was I've got this German guy staying with me. He's the DM for this D&D campaign, and I really wanted my girlfriend and her roommate to try D&D. Girls, because they're like not nerdy in the slightest.
Yeah,
Like they do not like no. And I was
yeah.
like, oh, you gotta try D&D. You gotta try D&D. And they're like, oh, it's gonna be stupid. It's more of a guy thing. Like blah blah blah. And I'm like, no, like seriously, like try it. Like you'll really enjoy it. All right, fine. So, the German guy, Toby, he goes through this whole spiel, like explaining the world, like, this is Trebjorn, like where you're from, and the Furin people like dwell here, and he's like explaining all this lore and shit. They don't care, you
Yeah.
know. And then we make the characters, I want to be an elf bitch, and like, I want to be a rock bitch, like they don't fucking care. But then we start actually playing the game, and they start to get it. And I remember like the first time I played D&D, I didn't think I would like it because it
Hmm.
was just it's just kind of strange. Like you're just kind of sitting around in like a group, usually with a
Yeah.
bunch of dudes, and you're just like sitting in your underwear, scratching your balls and playing pretend. Like
Yeah.
I didn't think I would like that, but it was so much fun. And then over the past few days, like watching the girls and like everybody, because not just us. I mean, it's a big group of
Hmm.
people, 6 players in total. Seeing them and like everybody really getting into it is really cool. And funnily enough, they're even like dressing as their characters now when we play, because they're like, oh yeah, like I really I want to look like Elf Bitch and like Rock Bitch and shit. That's not their names,
Yeah.
but they're really into it, and it's like, it's cool. And I was gonna say this, or I was thinking this as you were talking about your campaign with Stick Rot or Stink Rot, whatever.
Yeah.
Like D&D, I don't know. Maybe I've just been out of the loop, or maybe I just haven't been paying attention. But I feel like D&D has gotten really popular lately, like even more than it
Oh
already
yeah.
was, or than it already was.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
go on.
think I was gonna say it comes with like the kind of nerdy culture that's
Yeah.
become more embraced by just society.
Yeah, and like with the corona going on and quarantining a bunch of people together, it's the perfect time to play D&D.
Yeah.
Sponsor us, D&D. Thank you. Yeah. Like I was talking to my friend Toby, the DM, about it. And he was like, I was like, man, like I feel like D&D has just really exploded in popularity lately. And he's been playing a lot longer than me. I mean, he plays all the time, like every week, multiple
Hmm.
times a day. And he was like, "Oh yeah, the biggest thing he told me, which made D&D really blow up in its popularity, was the introduction of Edition 5. Because according to him, the previous editions, I never really paid attention to all this. I haven't played that much compared to someone like him. He was
Hmm.
like, "Oh, the previous editions, like they were fine, except for Edition 4, Pathfinder, but they were like way too complicated, and just." He would describe it like, some of the editions, like you'd have to have like a calculator next to you like the entire time you were playing, and it just wasn't enjoyable. But like version 5 or whatever, that's where it's like, oh, like this is good. Like anybody, like even a simplistic plebeian can like pick up a character sheet and just start playing and they'll get it.
Hmm.
So, but I don't know if you have an opinion on that or not.
Um.
Uh,
Just do you mean like how people can just pick it up and play it?
no, just anything. Like, why do you think D&D is so popular?
Oh, well, I'd say D&D's growing popularity. One, like I said, because of nerd culture kind of being embraced more. People have gotten more into like gaming.
Gaming.
Gaming. Are you a gamer? Like,
Gamer. Got him.
I mean, even things like the kind of so like stem from D&D have gotten more popular,
Hmm.
like role playing games, for video games, things like Warhammer,
Hmm.
just building miniatures and stuff like that's gotten more popular. And I think that just kind of comes with the package, really, is people being like, oh, what's this D&D thing? I think when a lot of people think of D&D, they think of like a bunch of like nerds in their basement being like, and then I cast magic missile. When really, you're just like playing like really advanced pretend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They think it's a bunch
So
of nerds in the basement saying cast magic missile, but it's actually a bunch of nerds in the basement like saying I cast druidcraft.
yeah.
It's great. I play as a druid.
Give me a roll.
Give me a roll. I don't have my dice with me. Also, I don't
uh
have to roll for druidcraft. It's a cantrip.
uh
Uh,
but yeah, I'd say those are the primary reasons it's gotten a lot more popular.
what's your favorite class in D&D, or like what have you played as, and what's your favorite?
Um, well, in terms of actual D&D, I've only really played the one I'm playing now, which is my Goblin Rogue.
Okay.
So after looking at all the classes, I settled on that, and I'm happy I did because I just do a bunch of damage. And
I
I do
know.
sneak attack and
Yep.
it's Fury of the Small or whatever, and you just like up. There's 15 damage. There's 20 damage.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty nice. Because all the other ones I played, like I forgot I did a Star Wars one for a little bit too, where
Hey.
I was a droid. Good times. I believe I was 420 no scope the droid. Good times.
Okay.
um, and then see the Icelander one is kind of like a special, those were more like special occasion type thing. And the Daikia, I made all the shit up,
Yeah, yeah.
so obviously it follows no like real format. But yeah, Goblin Rogue was my choice, and I would choose it again if I had to.
Well, I'm currently playing as a druid in this D&D campaign, and like
Mm.
I said, I played D&D, like OG D&D, like a long time ago, but that didn't count because let's just say that it's a story that I probably shouldn't share in public. It was not what you think. All right, so that didn't
All right.
count. So, but I'm playing a druid, and druids are interesting because I'll say this: they don't do a lot of damage, at least not at the level that I am at currently. But the druid, I would say, is a class that like you really have to get like super creative to like find the fun. Like I'm a fungal druid, and so I like have like a cloud of spores around me, and I poison people.
Mm-hmm.
And like compared to like the rogue in our group, aka Elf Bitch, her real name's Belladonna, but Elf Bitch for short. She just kills everything in like one hit. Like fuck rogues, like goddamn me. Like she's literally hitting people for like 30 damage with a backstab. Like I'm poisoning people for like 8 damage at most. So I'm just like, God damn it. But the cool thing about the druid I find, and I really like this, is the druid has like abilities such as druidcraft, where it's a basic level 0 cantrip. So a cantrip, for those that don't know, it's a spell that you can use as many times as you want. And all it does is you do like a very harmless nature like effect. I don't have the card with me right now, but for example, I could make a small puff of wind blow by, or I could make a smell, or I could make a flower bloom. My DM actually let me do this one thing where it probably was a little OP. It was beyond druidcraft, but we were searching underwater for something, and I produced a small, like I was in the water, and I pulled a small like orb of air down into the
Mm-hmm.
water to make a bubble, and I like used it to breathe for a little while.
Oh, whoa.
So just like I find that the druid rewards a lot of imagination in the time that I've played them. And I could tell stories, but yeah, and that's what I like. It's not all about the damage; it's about the
Yeah.
role play. And the true question is, Crendor, when you play your goblin, do you actually role play and like, do you talk like a goblin and like really get into it, or are you just more like,
Yeah,
yeah, dude?
talk like this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes, actually,
Uh,
this is how I talk when I play my druid. I'm very old and wise. Yes.
I'm kind of like a mixture between like a generic goblin and like a wild goblin or something. I'm just like, yeah, I don't want none of that shit.
You mean you just sound like a stereotypical, normal, everyday, average New Yorker?
Yeah, don't talk to
Man.
me. Where's my knife? I gotta cut something.
I gotta cut something.
One of my lore backstories was I started with two like generic swords that I called bread and butter,
Nice. I actually like that.
and yeah, so then I'd always be like, it's time. God, I forgot what I said, but I had like some saying that went along with it. I don't remember, but it was my knives were bread and butter.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what level is your guy right now?
I think I'm level 4 or 5.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah, we're only level 3.
we're practicing.
So,
Yeah, we've been playing I think for like 2 months now,
all right.
so
Nice.
it's not too bad. We're having a good time.
Nice. Well, I actually, this actually goes back to our original audiences here, but we've been playing my German friends campaign, and me, I want a DM because I have like a natural storyteller personality. I mean, make videos like, the machinimas, everything. I like telling stories, and I want a DM. And I've done a little bit of DMing in the past with the Star Wars tabletop. So I was talking to my friend, and I was like, dude, I want to DM a campaign. And he's like, oh, yeah, that sounds cool. I'll let you borrow my books and stuff. And I was like, no, I don't want to DM Dungeons and Dragons. I want to DM the Warcraft D&D. He was like, oh, shit. So I like dug back on my externals because I torrented every single Warcraft RPG like years ago when they first came out. Everything. And yep, I got all of it. It's still there on my like old ass external. And I actually bought some of the books as well, like some of the core books. That way I can like flip through like the pages easily. But my God, it's so different because it's like edition 3, I believe. So even the character sheets, like I've got one of the character sheets like right here. I mean, it looks completely different. And so right now, and the biggest complaint that I've read online about the Warcraft RPG was it's great, it's awesome if you're a Warcraft fan, but the only problem is people were saying that like when you make a character, like no matter what you make, I'm sure there's exceptions, but like the player characters are just so overpowered. Like none of the mobs that are like presented in the books like offer any challenge. So
Like what?
I don't know. This is just what I've read.
Oh.
People are like, oh, like it's a broken like D&D RPG game because you know the player characters are too OP. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do like some test stuff with my friend. We're gonna like make a character, make a few characters, do some like test battles. You know, kind of write things out, figure out the differences between the current version of the game and this old version of the game, which he's played. It's just been a long time. And yeah, because he actually DM'd Warcraft D&D back in the day, but his campaign fell apart because somebody acted like a queef sandwich and kind of ruined everything. So, but
yeah, you need like a good group of people to play with.
A what?
You need a good group of people to play with.
Yeah, like people that'll really get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because I think that's probably one of the biggest aspects is like if you have one person who's just like this is dumb or not taking it seriously, that like ruins it for everyone. So
that's the same with anything.
Yeah, that's true. It's kind of like that with anything, but especially that's because you're gonna sit there for hours playing. So it's like you don't want to just waste hours just because one douche noodle's beating the douche noodle.
Yeah. Now here's a question for you. Question for the audience too, actually, because I'm not doing this campaign for these guys for probably another like 2 months. I need time to prepare, and we got to finish Toby's campaign. You know, we still got his shit to do, so let's play through his first, and then we'll do mine. But the question is like, what sort of story like should we do? Like the only thing that I've done so far for everybody is I've explained to the people that don't know anything about Warcraft. I explained to them like, okay, this is the time period. It's what we call classic WoW, or that time period in the lore. This is the Horde. This is the Alliance. These are some of the bad guys like Ragnaros and the Scourge and stuff. And that's it. So imagine, for example, you can be a part of any World of Warcraft D&D campaign. What would you want to do?
I'd want to be a Tauren.
All right.
Either warrior or druid.
All right.
And what would I want to do? Because it's like when I think of like WoW, I think of just like playing through the game.
Yeah.
But this is like you can literally just pick anything in WoW, right? Or is this like you have to start from the newbie area and progress or something like in the role play?
No, like I was actually like for me, because most likely this group of people, especially the guys that have never actually played WoW before and know nothing about it, they might choose to be like, I want to be a night elf, I want to be an orc, I want to be a human, I want to be an undead. It's probably we're gonna end up with probably a very diverse group of characters.
Yeah.
So I was talking to them about, okay, well maybe I can like put you guys like. Maybe you guys just met each other and you're friends, or I proposed the idea that they're a part of an organization that does not discriminate. And we sort of settled on the Argent Dawn in the Plaguelands. So I was like, oh, what if you guys are members of the Argent Dawn and they're fighting against the necromancers of like Cerdaro and the Scourge and the Scarlet Crusade and stuff. So fighting to reclaim the Plaguelands. So that might actually be the theme of the game.
Yeah, that's actually a really good way to go about it. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
What I was thinking of was like you're a Tauren, and like it doesn't even have to be like based on, you know, like I'm a noob in the thing, but like a Tauren kind of fighting the Quillbore.
Okay.
That are invading their homeland. I thought that'd be kind of cool.
You're so simple. I just want to play as a Tauren and fight the pig people.
But it could be simple yet complex.
That's
You
true.
could have some like some crazy old Tarn guy living on a hill, kind of like how they do.
Yeah.
But you can make it, a little more. You can add more depth to it. You can have like different types of quillbores. They don't just have to be like plain quillbore that attacks you. It could be like a necromancer quillbore, or like some crazy magic quillbores, or like they practice. Like you can bring in elements from like RFD and RFK.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm sure they got plenty of lore stuff too. You can throw in. Like I don't know, you can probably get crazy with it.
Yeah. Oh, you can get crazy with anything in D&D. I mean, the sky's the limit. You could role play out a story that the Quillbore is secretly being controlled by like the reincarnated spirit of Gul'dan.
Yeah,
So you can do anything, Yeah. So
the world is your oyster.
Exactly, it's your playground.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the idea of the Argent Dawn. I like, the whole plague lands, and I also feel, in my opinion, the Scourge is a very simple enemy to explain, but they have a lot of depth behind them. There's this guy called the Lich King. He's got a bunch of undead. They want to kill everybody. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then it kind of goes from there. And then it's like the Scarlet Crusade, and then you have the, Cardaro and Skullomance and the Argent Dawn and the Alliance and the Horde, and it all kind of breaks down from there.
Yeah.
So we will see. We will see. Another thing that I would like to do, I'd love to do Shadowfang Keep in a D&D campaign. And I also think it would be absolutely hilarious if I was your DM and you're playing as a Tauren, and I'm like, yes, you stand in, what's that village called? Like Bloodhoof Village. The camera slowly pans down after an old man narrator tells you about your destiny. A man with an exclamation mark stands before you. You speak to him, and he says, kill 10 Planestriders. Now, roll a perception. See if you see a Planestrider nearby. There you go.
I don't see any Planestriders.
Oh, well, I guess you're just going to do nothing. You just got to wait for them to respawn. It's like you literally play WoW, but just like in the D&D version. Like, go kill 10 of them.
Yeah.
Come back, get shoes, everything. That would be cool. That would be annoying as hell, though.
Yeah. I mean, there's actually a lot of things you could probably role play as in WoW, because a lot of the things you do in WoW, like, you kind of just do them for like 30 minutes on average. So you're like, oh, I did that storyline in like 30 minutes or something, and then you move on. But like, you can really just branch it all out and have a lot of fun.
One of my
I was gonna say, even like Warhammer would be fun to do that with too.
Yeah, Warhammer would be cool.
Yeah.
One of my friends, he really would like to do the Warcraft D&D version of Wailing Caverns, because that whole idea of like being in the Barrens and then going into those like deep caverns and trying to awaken Narlax. And obviously, like, you have the in-game Wailing Caverns map, but the actual RPG that you create could be like massive. I mean,
Oh yeah.
it's supposed to be like the home base of the Druids of the Fang or the Serpent or whatever. So there could be like literally like cities and houses and things down there that they've like settled in, and I mean, you can go wild with it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an area that a friend of mine wants to explore, and maybe we'll do that one day. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's also fun to just world build. Like, that's what I did with my Daikea, because I was like, all right, I gotta take IKEA and I gotta make it crazy. So I mean, I did it and it was fun. I had a notebook. I was like crafting my worlds and creating stuff. I actually made a video way back when, going through my like Daikea notebook and like what I drew and what I like planned out for all the floors and all the traps and the monsters and everything like that. So it was fun to just even just build the world, even if nobody played the game. I had fun making it.
So what did you do? You just like one day decided you were gonna make an IKEA RPG, and then you went to all your friends and you were like, "Hey, I got this idea." And then they were like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I pitched it to the one dude, JP, who does like all the role play shows, and I was like, I want to do this, and he was like, all right, I'll let you do it. I'm like a one-off thing, and it did so well, he let me do another one.
Nice.
So it was fun. So if you Google or YouTube Daikea, you can find it actually.
Hold on. Daikea. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
The shit. You even have like a logo, like Daikea too, with the blood and shit.
Oh yeah, he did all that. And then there's also Daikea Notebook, which you can see all my like madman scribbles and writing and everything.
Daikea
That's on
notebook,
my
you
channel.
said?
Yeah, Daikea Notebook.
Let's see. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, Crendor.
Yeah. Hello everyone, and welcome to this little
Look at these drawings.
trees.
What am I looking at?
That is an craft in a trap. You can see I got little notes. Yeah, it's just a peek into my mind.
I like it. I like your trays, aka your pizza slices.
Yeah, it was pretty much the way I went around creating characters was like the place got covered in like radioactive shit and brought stuff to life. So there's like a candle man. There's like an IKEA chef that's got like a tentacle arm and shit. There's like a giant meatball walking around.
A meatball, just meat wad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's like a walking wrench came to life. Like it was fun to just do that.
Neat.
Yeah.
I like it. I will say
Yeah.
as well that ever since I started playing D&D again, I've also been playing a lot of, well, not a lot. I shouldn't say that because it's been a bit of a busy time lately. But I've been playing a lot of classic WoW here and there, which it's so fascinating to me how if you play D&D and then you play classic WoW, like just the sheer amount of inspiration that Blizzard took from D&D. And then when you look at classic WoW and then you look at the modern game, just how like different it is. Like the modern game is like nothing like D&D. It's nothing like a tabletop role-playing game. And it blows my mind. And I also have been playing Skyrim lately for the first time in a while. And me and my friend have been like taking turns on my computer, and we've created 2 roleplay characters where my character is a necromancer. And I've downloaded a shit ton of mods, so like necromancy is a real thing. Like it's a skill path that I follow, and you know, learning to summon like armies of undead and whatnot, and so on and so forth. So I'm doing that, and he's playing a servant of Stendar, so he's dedicated to fighting vampires and any evil thing, Daedra, that preys upon mortals, like my character. And so we've been like playing together, and he's currently in the western reaches of Skyrim, like questing there. And then, you know, we're kind of like doing this little like role play whenever we like switch off that like, oh, there's this great disturbance in the east because a necromancer is rising in power, and it's my character, and we just have fun. We're just 2 geeks.
Yeah.
We're just 2 nerds.
Yeah, and it boils down to it. It's all about just having fun.
That's right. I love it.
Yeah. Playing around, playing imagination games, having fun, casting some magic missiles.
That's right. Another question is, have you ever actually dressed up as your character?
I have not.
Really?
People in our some of our campaigns did though, which was cool to see, but I never actually did.
Okay. I dressed up as my druid guy, sort of. I just put like a cloak on. Yeah, because I have like this green cloak that I got in Sweden forever ago, so I just put that on. I'm just like, yes, it's me, the druid. Watch me.
That's pretty neat. I mean, it helps you like get more into it too.
Exactly. And I'll tell you another thing. For anybody here that's listening that's never played D&D, I'll tell you, like, you sit down and you're like, I'm going to play a quick game of D&D, 30 minutes, and then about 6 hours will just go by in a heartbeat. I love it. Absolutely love it, especially if you're playing with the right people, like Crendor said.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, man. Anything else?
Yeah, I think that's all I got.
Yeah, kind of a shorter subject today, but I'm feeling a little bit sick, and Crendor needs to go stream
Yes, sir.
because we record these things pretty late at night, to be quite honest. At least late for me, anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm honestly going to go. I'm going to hit the hay, and I want to be as strong and healthy as possible so I don't get the corona.
Yeah.
So I was actually at a Target earlier today, and it's just madness, like the amount of stuff. Like it's just the shelves are all cleared, but that Corona,
Yeah, I know.
it's still there. And if you like Corona, you like getting wasted on Corona, it's all there, man. People don't buy it.
Hell yeah.
That'd be the first thing I'd buy. But
I know.
don't.
Honestly, I should just buy some.
Yeah, just celebrate.
Just drink it.
It's like, here's to Corona. It's like drinking on stream. Yeah. All I've got in my refrigerator is a shit ton of vodka, some mead, and some Angry Orchard.
I mean, that's pretty solid.
Yeah. And I don't drink any of it because I don't drink.
Huh.
I'm
I mean,
just
I haven't really drank that much either, but I got my 2 bottles of wine
Oh,
just in case one day I'm like, bust it out.
What kind of wine did you get?
These are actually 2 wines I got because a viewer gave me money to buy watermelon wine from some place to try it on stream, and I did, and I was like, this tastes like Jolly Ranchers. I hate it.
Okay.
And then I had to get other wines for the free shipping.
All right.
So he was like, just, get some other wine. And I was like, okay. So I got like 3 other wines, or 4. And then one was like so sweet, I couldn't even drink it. I just poured it out. One was like, okay. And now these last 2 I'm like, I don't even know if I'm going to like these wines. So I'm just saving them for like, if I'm like, well, I really want to drink, like it busted out.
Oh. Well, I smoked a Punch Diablo cigar this morning.
Oh,
Yeah.
I watched your cigar IRL review thing.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about that.
Yeah.
Yep. I did that. Did you see what I mean when I told you, like, yeah, if you watch the beginning of the video, I'm like, hey guys, what's up? It's me, Nixxiom. And then at the end, I'm like, dude, like,
yeah, at the start, you're like, I'm gonna be smoking this cigar, and and then by the end, you're like, the cigar has a flavor that I definitely taste.
dude, I
loved it.
That's behind the scenes. Nixxiom IRL. It's another one of my YouTube channels, Nixxiom IRL. And I reviewed the Jacob's Ladder Brimstone cigar. So here's some cigarology for you. So I say this in the video, but some cigars are just a single Ligero cigar. A Ligero is one of the leaves, specifically the wrapper, that it's usually that like dark wrapper, right? And it's called a Ligero leaf because it's the leaf from the very top of the tobacco plant, all right? And that's the leaf that's going to get the most sunlight, the most nutrients, the most everything. That means it's the strongest leaf, all right? And you pick it and you wrap your like full body cigars in it, and you get typically full body cigars, right? So this doesn't mean that every single dark cigar you see is a full body cigar, but in many cases they are. Anyway, so some full body cigars are single Ligeros. Some full bodies are also double Ligeros. So it's like double the strength of like a regular full body. Oh my God. That one that I smoked in that video was a triple Ligero. I have never smoked a more strong cigar ever. I was like, oh my God. Like, I have gone on Google and typed in world's strongest full body cigars, and I will buy those cigars and smoke them. And oh yeah, they're strong as shit. But fuck that Brimstone. Like, I was like about an inch into it, and I was like, oh my God, this is so strong. Oh my, like, it was bad, Kyle. Like, I didn't even want to like get up and like turn on the record button and turn it off and shit. Like, it It was strong. And what happened is I recorded the video, and if you notice, if you watch that video near the end, I think I'm only like halfway through that cigar when I like stop the video.
Oh yeah.
And I smoked the rest of it, and I've never had this happen before, but I finished smoking it, and I was just looking at my garage, and just the walls were just moving. And I was like, oh, God, dude, I'm fucked up. And so I, like, got up, and I just, like, shuffled, like, with my arms out so I don't, like, fall over. And I just shuffled into the living room, and my German friend and his wife were in there. And they were like, are you okay, my friend? And I'm like, I was like, yeah, dude, that was a real good cigar. Holy fuck. So I sat down on the couch, and I was looking down at my carpet that's in my living room, and it has all these, like, floral, like, patterns and shit all over it, and they were just, like, just, like, moving and spinning. And I was like, oh, my God. And then I would look up at the TV to, like, watch what they were watching before I came in. I couldn't even look at the TV. Then I would look down at the carpet, and it would start, like, moving like the ocean. I'm like, oh, my God. And so I didn't get cigar sick. I never felt like I was going to throw up or anything. But, fuck, I was tripping balls. And then I went in my bedroom when I finally got the strength to stand up and shuffle and waddle my way to my bedroom. And I just laid down in the bed, and I fell asleep for like 3 hours. And that cigar stayed in my system, I think, for 2 days before it finally, like, I fully dropped.
Jesus.
That was a strong cigar.
Cigar.
I loved it. I still have one left. There's actually one right behind me right now. Can't wait to smoke it.
Wowee.
Yeah. So, word of advice, because I smoked more. I smoked 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
And those other 2 times, I was ready for it. If you're going to smoke Jacob's Ladder Brimstone Triple Ajero, holy shit, smoke it slow. Slow. I'm talking like a puff every, like, slow. Otherwise, you're going to get fucked up like I did. And maybe you guys will like that. I mean, I kind of liked it. But smoke slow. Yeah. Don't get cigar sick. It sucks. But if you do, sugar. It'll bring you down. Just eat sugar.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Yep. So if you're a true cigar Chad, you carry a little packet of sugar with you when you smoke full body cigars or any cigar. You never know.
Dang.
So if you get cigar sick, you can just you're good.
Make more Nixxiom IRL smoking, drinking, talking videos.
It's on the list of things to do, and we're working hard behind the scenes at Nixxiom HQ. I've been putting out a lot of videos lately. They've been doing absolutely fantastic, and I'm really proud of those. But the Corona time has made things difficult, especially for some of my friends. They've actually lost their jobs, so I'm trying to help them, and we're trying to help each other. So I'm doing what I can, and I'm also returning to streaming as of, technically, since this is coming out Monday, today, I'm coming back to streaming.
Nice.
So, yep. And then we're going to make some more Nixxiom IRL. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Because I want to paint some models.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm going to do more of that tonight.
Hell yeah, man. Crendor's Warhammer channel. Warhammer Crendor. It's doing fucking great. You should go subscribe.
It is.
It's doing lit.
Subscribe. We just passed 2,000 subs.
That's right.
We're getting a bunch of views. I'm halfway to my monetization hours watched.
That's right. That's right.
On the rise. Let's go.
Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well, that's my rant. I'm done.
I mean, I'm pretty done too. Buy my stuff, credslot.com. Follow my stuff, Wow Crendor, Warhammer Crendor,
Crendor.
all that stuff. Crendor.
Anything Crendor, just follow it.
Yeah, just follow it and click the bell.
That's right. Same thing. Anything Nixxiom, subscribe to it. Nixxiom IRL, Nixxiom on Twitch. Lots of shit coming out on Nixxiom on Twitch soon. The VOD's going to break up the Let's Plays, blah, 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 blah. It's going to be lit. But a lot more Nixxiom IRL stuff, more videos on Nixxiom. We're going to make more stuff here on the Two Nerds podcast, blah, 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 blah. And I'm open to suggestions for Warcraft D&D campaigns if any of you guys have any ideas for things that I could torture my players with. So let us know in the comment section down below. And I guess we will see you guys next week. That's right. So as always, Nixxiom Corner Store, link down in the description. Thank you. Buy my shirts and shit. Thank you. And we will see you guys next week. So Crendor, final word.
See ya.